This is Tales and Whispers, where every story is felt, not just heard.
Okay, so what you're about to hear sounds like something straight out of a movie, but I promise you, it's 100% true. It's a story about a loyalty so powerful it literally crossed a continent, and a journey that became an absolute legend. This is the story of Bobbie. Let's just start with a number: 4,100 kilometers. That's almost 2,600 miles. I just want you to let that sink in for a second. That is the distance a lost dog traveled, all by himself, just to get back to his family. Just picture this. You're on a family road trip, you're thousands of kilometers from anything familiar, and your beloved dog just vanishes. After days of frantic searching, you have to make the worst choice imaginable and leave, totally heartbroken, accepting that you're probably never going to see him again. Well, that's exactly where this story begins.
But you know, this story doesn't really start with the loss. It starts with the part that seems impossible, the moment a family's private tragedy turned into a public miracle.
So 6 months have gone by. 6! It's the dead of winter in Silverton, Oregon, and out of nowhere, this dog shows up. He's so skinny it's painful to look at. His fur's a mess, and his paws are worn right down to the bone. But through all of that, the family sees him. They recognize him. It's Bobbie. He's actually home. I mean, the questions are just immediate, right? How is this even possible? How did he survive all that time, and how in the world did he find his way back? To even begin to understand it, we've got to go back, way back to the beginning. So, how did this whole incredible saga get started? Well, this journey of a lifetime was kicked off by one single chaotic moment.
Okay, so it's the summer of 1923. The family's on this big cross-country trip all the way from Oregon to Indiana. They pull over at a gas station for a minute, and in a flash, Bobbie gets into a fight with 3 other dogs, and they chase him off. He just disappears. The family is devastated. They search for days, put ads in the paper, nothing. Eventually, they have no choice. They have to make that long, quiet, heartbreaking drive back home to Oregon, leaving a part of their family behind.
And this is where the unbelievable part of the story really kicks in. Left all alone, thousands of miles from anything he knows, Bobbie makes a decision. He's going home. Just think about this for a second. His goal was so simple: get back to his family. But his obstacle? No, just, the entire United States of America. His entire world was boiled down to this one single purpose, and a whole continent of cities and wilderness stood right in his way. And think about what he had to face. He had to cross the absolutely unforgiving Rocky Mountains in winter. He pushed through blizzards, freezing storms. He had to navigate strange cities, huge open plains, and countless farms, all while he was starving. It was just a brutal, lonely trek against every odd you can imagine. But here's the thing, he wasn't entirely alone. See, after his story got famous, letters just started pouring in from people all over the country. People who saw this lonely, determined dog and gave him some food. Families who let him sleep in a warm shed for a night. His survival wasn't just his own miracle. It was powered by this incredible chain of small acts of human kindness that helped him get home. So how did he do it? How did he navigate? Well, science calls it a homing instinct. The best guess is that he used some combination of familiar smells on the wind, the position of the sun, maybe even the Earth's magnetic field. But honestly, whatever it was, Bobbie's internal compass was locked on one single destination: home. Bobbie's return wasn't the end of his story, not by a long shot. In fact, that unbelievable physical journey gave rise to an even more powerful one, a lesson that would outlive him by generations. His story basically went viral, 1920 style. Newspapers all over the country were writing about Bobbie the Wonder Dog. He became a full-blown celebrity. He even starred as himself in a silent movie about his journey. And when he passed away, his hometown of Silverton made sure nobody would ever forget him. Even today, you can go see a mural of his journey, visit his statue, and get this, they still hold an annual pet parade in his honor that started way back in 1932. It's easy to just be amazed by the physical journey, the 4,100 kilometers. But the real reason we're still telling the story a century later is because it goes so much deeper than that. Loyalty isn't something you just feel or something you say. It's something you do. It's an action. It's a journey. Bobbie didn't just feel loyal. He walked it. Every single painful step for 6 straight months across an entire country. He was the living, breathing definition of it. And that kind of leaves us with this final thought. Look, we all get lost sometimes in our own lives, feeling a long way from where we think we should be. Bobbie's story is just this powerful reminder that no matter how long the road seems, the journey back always starts with one single, determined step. The only question is, are you willing to take it?